Well, Real Madrid are slowly and quietly, enjoying themselves in the Spanish La Liga. It was 6-7 for Barcelona. And the Serie A, fantastic. If you are Lilian Thuram over the weekend, you would definitely enjoy watching your two sons go head to head, scoring goal. Did you see that ref cam? Showing the two brothers going at the ref and complaining. It was one proud moment I felt for Lilian Thuram. And of course, that man, Luka Modric, still playing, still doing the needful for AC Milan in the Serie A. Onkani Sama, the Bishop, joins me as we look at the roundup from the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and not to be mentioned, maybe we look at Bayern Munich with your man Vincent Company, who is still doing it. But guys, let's start from the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid 2-1 over Real Sociedad. They had to dig deep. Kylian Mbappe again.
Scoring the first goal.
4 games for Madrid this season. 4 wins, no loss, no draw. 12 points. Now, Madrid are not
considered, I think.
Yeah, they've considered about
just
2
one
goals.
Okay, 2 goals.
About 2 goals.
Scored
now,
8.
Madrid, they've scored about 8 goals. Now, Madrid are not making noise.
Yeah, they're not making noise.
We knew that this team, we expected Madrid to struggle. With the way not really signing players up front.
Well, they did. Probably because of the gaffer, the guy in the dugout. Maybe because of the new coach.
Fantastic for Alonso. Yeah. After that Club World Cup, Broha and all of that. 4 games, 4 wins, no problem at all. And they are going about their job in a quiet and subtle manner. Nobody talks about them.
They're not actually quiet. While they're going about their game, they're winning their matches. They're not shouting about it, which we expect them to do. I mean, when you play against Oviedo, when you play against Getafe, when you play again, where only Kylian Mbappe, because of getting Kylian Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe salary can actually convert. You don't expect they can't win against Atletico Madrid and Barca, and they will not make noise.
Yeah.
So they're not making noise for obvious reasons. That's number one. But they're not making noise for their victory, which we understand. But they're making noise somewhere else. It started with them saying they're not going to be part of the Ballon d'Or again this year. That they will not own it. They're not going there.
Course.
But the same people now have gone back. The same people have gone back to report to write a petition to FIFA. Now, in a way, you're saying, "Come on, we don't care about what you guys are doing." In a way, you now find them worthy to report your situation. To report what you feel is an ill treatment to you guys. You understand? They cited 2 different instances. The red card of, Saturday, I think with what happened last season. So. I don't understand what they're doing. On one hand, you're saying FIFA because Ballon d'Or is backed by FIFA, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Ballon d'Or is French.
Okay, it's a French. Okay, whatever it is, a high authority out there, right? Because they won the FIFA World Base, so they always want to do this. Now you're going back to FIFA to complain. How did it get to that level? And would FIFA actually have power to overturn decision in the Spanish league? Who is actually talking to them? So they might not be making noise on the field of play because of the kind of. Osasuna, Oviedo, Getafe.
The place Sociedad.
Sociedad. Yeah, before Sociedad, I'm trying because they played 4 games already.
Yeah, they played 4 games.
Yeah,
so victories.
None of those games is loud enough. You understand? None of the game is big enough. But like you said, you always eat what is said before you. You don't go eating what is not said before you. So, but the issue, sincerely speaking, if Alonso is struggling, we would have been talking about it. Because Alonso is not struggling.
Absolutely.
New guy. Big responsibility. He's doing it effortlessly.
Average of 2 goals per game.
Average of 2 goals per game. Doing it effortlessly, and nobody seems to be talking about him. Yeah, but if the result was going the other way around, the noise should have been out there. He's not fit for the job.
You can see the fact that you can start taking notes.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. You have to eat what's said before. And that's the truth for you.
One good thing is, Kylian Mbappe and Ademola have found a bromance. This is and it's working well for them.
The fact that they don't have that big name again.
They do.
The big name is Kylian Mbappe. Yes. Now, he has to
is big too.
But Vinny seems to have lost some kind of steam.
Yes, he has lost some,
in recent times. But
he's not that person. That X factor.
Yes. Ceballos is playing Ademola. These are young boys, practically young boys.
Ceballos is no longer young. Ceballos should be in his 30s already.
He played sparingly. I'm not talking about the younger boys.
Sparingly.
Ademola, Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Junior. If you go down to the midfield, Valverde, these are some young boys, and they form this kind of bromance. The understanding is rapid. But what a player Kylian Mbappe is. We don't seem to talk about him because we have seen too much. We don't look like like a broken record.
Not really, because we don't pay more attention again to him.
Yeah,
not because we actually seen too much. Because in all the games, he's
the go-to guy.
Funny enough, they would have actually scored 3 because the first goal was cancelled.
Yeah, offside.
They said offside. I think from Mbappe. I think.
Yes, Mbappe.
He gave the assist. Now I think that get me asking some question. See, is there a duration
where the VR catch?
Where if something goes wrong, And so how long will it take?
For
Let's
the VR to
assume,
intervene.
yeah, with like in that
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
No,
no, 5
too
minutes
much.
too
Come on.
much.
I'm not
It should be
saying so.
seconds now.
I'm not saying so.
So it also depends now for the VR and then checking especially offside goals and all of that.
How long did they check out
Now,
outside? To check out-
now
check out the line?
Let's assume
the attention.
My question
the
is
VR
this,
has
right?
to check and then draw the attention.
My question is this,
of
right?
the fourth official of the linesman. Now, if the game is in play,
No.
at that point, I'm coming.
He has to hold.
At that point, he has to flag it.
Yes.
Even if the game in play, he will flag it for the referee to recall. But if the game has gone on, probably the goal has been allowed or it has gone on, then it will be checked.
Okay, let's assume what's his name? That effort from Mbappe didn't amount to a goal.
Yeah.
Let's assume it amounts to a continuous field play.
It would have been checked. It would have been checked.
So a continuous field play probably for another 20 seconds or 30 seconds
It would
before
have-
it amounts to it, before it ended up going to.
Well,
It will be
well, it will be checked. No,
So
no.
every
If
goal
it
is
goes for
checked.
30 seconds on Canada side, it cannot be checked.
If it goes beyond 30
Because the
seconds,
game
right?
has gone back to another
No,
phase entirely.
unfortunately, it have seen games being called back for fouls
No,
that happened.
no, that's a foul.
We have seen.
No,
Yes.
that's a foul leading up to the goal.
Yeah.
But this is an offside. A player can be in an offside position and interfere will play.
Uh-huh.
The game continues to another half side of the field.
Okay,
and then the ball comes back into the box.
That's a different
And then
ball.
it's
That's a different ball
it's a
game.
different
See,
ball game.
but
entirely.
I need to. I love the question he asked. Do we have a timeline for how long VR can interfere? Because we've seen games 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You hear a call is being covered. The referee is going to monitor to check an event that happened 4-5 minutes ago.
No, 5 minutes is too much.
Bro, it has happened. I'm telling you, it
There
has
has not been
happened.
now that's the question.
There's no
because
time frame.
They've not said the categorically that look after so number of minutes.
Exactly. That
This
the game-
expired.
He said, no.
That particular incident, whether it amounts to goal or not, after some number of if play
plays
continues
close,
after
let
some
it
number
go.
of minutes, even if it comes from an offside position, it has been. I mean,
It's null and void.
The time has nullified. Yeah, it's null and void. They've not specifically said that. Look, this is how it should be. I don't know if I'm.
There's no time,
Probably I've
no
not
time.
actually come across it.
Just to correct
Let's
it
assume.
again.
See,
Yeah.
now get me right. Let's assume this thing. It continues in their own play. Not that. Let's assume they continue moving the ball around in their own side on the side of the Getafe this thing for probably 30 seconds before they finally scored. Not immediately after Mbappe turn back the goal. I'm just trying to say
Yeah.
this thing.
Game is on
Let's-
play. The offside cannot be called.
and what I'm trying to say is right. The ball was actually, he was in an offside position that brought back the game on play. He brought back
Did
the
he
ball
interfere with
from
the
an
ball?
offside position.
Did he
He
interfere
was the
with
one
the
that
ball?
brought back the ball.
No, it's offside. It's
I'm
offside.
coming now. He brought back the ball from an offside position, right? And game
And the game played
continued
for too long, like a
playing.
minute.
There was no goal for
No,
like
just keep
30
passing the ball,
seconds or
passing the ball,
more.
passing the ball,
And they
passing
were
the
still the
ball.
one in possession.
Now-
There was never a time within this period of time the opposing team never had possession.
Now,
You understand?
Organizer,
So it continued like that
let me
till it
clarify.
amounts to a
Now,
goal
let me
again.
clarify this. Now, when a player is in an offside position,
Yeah.
and then he touches a ball,
Yeah.
you know, even if the referee does not flag it, and the linesman does not flag it, when a VR call comes and then his attention on the linesman is drawn, he raises his flag because that player who touched the ball or
Offside.
is amounting to tackle a
that
player that is
that is
now,
offside,
I'm coming.
okay.
Amounting to tackle a player that wants to clear the ball. It's an offside position.
you're not- yeah, now you're-
Wait, now he's interfering with play.
Yes.
However, there's a transition of play that has now happened after that incident.
That is null and
The
void.
game will be let to go on.
But let me explain.
Yeah, so
Let
we
me
are
explain
saying
to
the
you.
game
We
was
are
let
saying
to
so.
go
The
on
game went
for-
on. There was no
for
change
30
of, there was no
seconds
possession.
or
They were
45
passing the ball for
seconds
that 45
and they
seconds
continued dominating
until
till they scored.
What would
Then-
they
You
do?
understand?
And then it was checked.
Yes, and you
So will you go back and
look
take
at
after
it.
this? That's what we're trying to say.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
every referee
There's
with
no time,
discretion.
there's no
No, the
time.
VR is a discretion rule. Now we all
We
know.
agree, we agree.
We all know it's a discretion
We
rule.
agree.
Now,
No,
if
but I think it should be clear. There
There
should
will
be
be time.
they'll
There will
say,
be time
look, after
frame.
10 seconds, no, after 15
After
seconds,
15 seconds,
no,
you can't
after
go back.
30
You
seconds,
can't go
if the
back.
games continue playing,
No,
if there's nothing,
you know why?
that the game continue
You
playing,
know
then
why?
you let
No,
us know.
guys, you know why we cannot put a time frame to it?
It should be
When
put.
there's a ball in play, no, guys. When there's a ball, you remember that, for example, a penalty rule. For penalty rules, when there's a foul that has occurred in a penalty rule, when the ball is in play, the referee cannot blow the whistle.
We know. But
So
it's
wait
checked.
now. So while it is being checked by the VR, so long as the ball is in play, he will not blow his
will not
whistle.
blow his whistle, yeah.
So when the ball goes out,
Then he
he will then
blows.
blow the
And
whistle.
then
So if the ball is in play for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
he continues to play on. Now, if the ball is in play for more than that, now let me take you to the South Africa Nigeria World Cup game. Nations Cup.
funny enough,
Let's
it's in
go
my
to
head,
Nations
right?
Cup game.
Yeah, but-
Now, when there was a penalty incident in the Nigerian box, the ball was in play,
For very
and the
much
Super
2
Eagles
minutes.
went on to score.
Yeah.
But however, after the Eagles had scored,
They had to
then
go
there
back.
was a VR check because the ball was still in play. There was now a VR check for the foul.
So
And then the ball was brought back for the penalty.
well, let's
and then the Nigerian goal
So
was
simply you're
cancelled.
saying, come on, there's no time.
There's no time frame.
It's okay.
There's no time frame.
I keep saying this is a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
a time
It
frame
is.
should be
Because
there.
I think there should be time.
Because
frame.
because say a team passed the ball for 3 minutes after a offside can score. You tell me, oh, there was an offside 3 minutes ago. Come on, man. There's difference. I
should
think if there's a change in play, maybe a transition in play. Maybe after the offside there was other movement happened. let it go. We're killing the sport. We don't know how much we're killing this sport. The player will score a goal and look at the linesman. They don't celebrate anymore.
They don't celebrate anymore. That's one
Look
time.
at the game against Madrid. He just brought back.
Yeah.
The guy passed the ball, scored, and they were all looking at the linesman. And it took like 2-3
There was
minutes.
spontaneity in the
It
celebration.
took eternity.
But that's what
That was
VR
just
has
spontaneity.
done. That's what the VR has done.
Well,
We all know that.
it's okay.
You know?
But at the end of the day, like I said, for Madrid, great job done. Mbappe for a fantastic player. And also seem to have understand what it means. See, may not be pretty, may not be exquisite, but just get the job done. And that's what
Well,
and
I'm
that,
gonna
that,
sound-
that will buy him time. Because
It
will buy him a lot of time.
just give me the feel of what Chelsea is actually experiencing.
Yes.
Starting your faithful game of the season
On
with,
a good stead.
with teams that most likely might go on relegation. You understand? I mean, it cannot be better than that.
Yeah, but
As a
that's
coach,
not-
it cannot be
Osasuna,
better than that.
It can't be better than that.
Yeah, Osasuna, Mallorca, Getafe, and Oviedo.
and
It can't be better than that. It can't be better
Okay,
than that.
Sociedad, not
But
Getafe.
that is a very good team anyway. But
Sociedad,
2-1.
Yeah,
I,
it's
mean,
amazing.
I think what made the winning football interesting is the fact that they had to, with your man down, they still held on.
Yeah.
To win the game. And that
They win-
showed-
they won
Well,
the game, yeah.
They showed it.
on Sunday we saw Barcelona 6-7, 6-0, Ferran Torres a brace, Lewandowski a
Brace,
brace,
and of course,
Rafinha
brace.
a brace. But good thing is,
Rafinha that didn't start because he came. I think he
Yeah.
voted late for the game.
no, you know, if
He
you
voted
go to
late for the
that
game.
high altitude Bolivia,
No,
Brazil,
he was back. He
that's
was
not
back.
most of them come back.
But
come
they
back.
put it for the
No, I
stadium.
said
but-
for the
Even
game.
for the
He
game,
voted
very
late.
late.
Also the
That's why
penalty.
he didn't start.
And he don't start.
And he came in and scored
But
twice. Rafinha
fantastic
factor.
performance. 6
Yeah, fantastic.
But for a fact to know that they were playing at the John Cross
That's what I
Stadium,
want to say. You're
8,000 capacity.
You're playing your training ground.
Where your
training
women and
ground
your
with-
other team play their matches.
That noise that's going to be that
That
you feel the
ambience,
body,
that
that
feeling.
ambience is not there.
And
You
to
can do
win by
anything.
6 goals to name, to me, without the support of the fans, like that, because even you have to give some ticket to the opposition team. So I think they were complaining that you give it 250. How would they all give 250? 8,000 capacity.
You want me
They
to
even
give
try
it 5,000?
Well, they need
Let
to
me-
resolve. They need to
Yeah,
sort out the
sort it
issue
out
of
quickly,
their playing ground. They
quickly.
should go back to where they played last season. If they can-
But guys, good one for
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford.
Of course.
What a player.
Of course.
What a player. See, in your face.
In their faces, please.
Yeah, wearing a jersey. Not pointing to you.
I see him moving back. I see him going back to the national
Premier
team.
League.
No,
he
to
went
national
back to
team.
the national team already. He played in the qualifiers.
Okay, let's go
I
back.
think
Fine.
one of the-
Tuchel
you know,
called him back
of
and he
course,
played and he
One
scored.
of the reasons why
Yes, in the sixth-
Marcus moved back to Barcelona is
Peace
because
of
he wants to
mind.
go to the World Cup.
Yes, peace of mind.
He knows that a stay in England does not guarantee him going to the
Going
World
to the World
Cup.
Cup, yeah.
One thing Barcelona does for you, even if Marcus plays badly, he gets a chance to get an assist.
Yes.
That's one thing Barcelona will do. Now, if Barcelona dominates 6-7-0 and you cannot get an assist,
must get assist.
that means you are bad. That means you as a player, you're not good
bad,
enough.
yeah.
So I think I'm happy for him. He's scoring the goals
And getting
and
assists.
getting the assists. Not to mention, good one for Atletico Madrid too. Got a win over the weekend against
Finally,
Villarreal.
their first win of the
Their
season.
first win of the season.
Finally.
For me, I just think that the man in the dugout needs to go. He needs to go.
With Villarreal.
No,
Atletico
Atletico Madrid.
Madrid.
They need to
Atletico
let
Madrid,
him go.
he
Now
stopped
next
out
year,
He stopped out too.
nothing works
Nothing-
again.
it's not working.
No, nothing works
That
for that
smash
man
and
again.
grab, low block
It's
isn't
not
working
working.
It's a
anymore.
finished article.
And it's not looking good. But let's go to the Serie A, guys. Fantastic weekend for Juventus. 4-3 win over.
What is Serie A generally?
Inter over Inter Milan. For Atlanta, no
was a
Ademola
derby.
Lookman.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
But guys, let's start with Lookman's scenario. For
didn't start
Ademola
playing.
Lookman, he was dropped by the manager.
He was not in the squad at
Was
all.
not in the squad entirely. After now, I feel sad for Lookman. First, he was not let to go to Paris Saint-Germain last summer.
Then
He stayed with the club until the end of the season. They narrowly lost the league title. Was not allowed to move to Inter Milan. Was not allowed to join Bayern Munich on deadline transfer when the Jackson deal looked like there was a blip in
Shaky.
it. He stayed put. And on his first game after all of this saga, only to be left out by the manager for the league game over the weekend. I feel sad for him. We've said it before. There's no gentleman agreement in football. If it's
Generally,
not
in
written
business.
in business, yeah. If
In
it's not
business.
written, it's not
Not black
written.
and white, it's not black and
But
And if you've signed, you've signed.
how does a player who won you the Europa League 2 years ago,
You know.
and all of these,
Funny enough.
how can a player
Now,
who is the
now,
first name in the
now,
team
the funny
list
thing is
now
this,
not
right?
making the
You
team
guys are
at
new
all?
to this. Go to basketball and see how these things happen. You traded without, just like the way Q was saying that he didn't even know that he was traded to the
didn't even know.
his team. Yeah, that's no reality in this game. As soon as they feel we're done with you, they throw you the way they want to treat you. They treat you the way they want to treat you. But when they feel you are their most important article, they treat you like the most honorable article in the house. Like the Bible says, in a big house there are so many articles.
Yes.
Some are unto honor, some are unto dishonor. As soon as they feel we don't need you again, they'll now make you a dishonorable article in there. Now, basically, that's what it is, and it boils down to your own role. What role did you play? You understand? It's also because while I was watching, I didn't watch the game fully. I watched a snippet of the game, then I watched the highlight. I was watching out for Lookman. I have to
He
go
was
back and
not-
check.
he
He was
was
not there,
not
yeah,
today.
completely. But I think he's going to bounce back. They can't keep him
I
on the bench all
listened
through the
to
week.
Lucas Percassi, the director of Atalanta, and he said that you can't doubt the quality of Ademola Lookman, but there are procedures and there are procedures. You know, if a
So
player-
how
Yeah,
long
their
does he need to
system-
be out
Yeah,
of the squad?
He
How
said
long?
the procedure-
No, don't
That
say
was
how
it.
long. You don't know.
They want him back.
You are not
fully-
knowledgeable about it.
with full
No,
commitment.
You don't know about the procedures, you understand? So
I
let's just allow
understand.
them. Let's
Yes,
see how
yes,
long they want
he
to do
said
that.
full
Just like,
commitment. Want a player who is fully committed to the cause, who will give their all. The quality is not. They don't doubt.
You've not let the man go. What other commitment do you
He
want?
said want him to
they
play
can't
with his
they
heart.
can't get
Play with his soul, play with his
that
mind.
100% commitment again
So,
from him.
but wait and see. But anyway,
But
I think
without him, they
it's just
won't
like-
go to
4
one.
to 1, yeah.
It's just like telling Jackson come back and play for Chelsea.
No,
They
no,
wouldn't have actually
yeah,
gotten
yeah,
that
yeah.
distance, so they were smart to allow him to go. So
If
the
I
same
was
thing.
Jackson,
I feel.
I'll be
See,
getting red card once every 3 games.
see, like I said, right, it's beyond just
Football reason.
no, your talent, right? See, your psychological mindset matters too. Your psychological state matters too. No matter how good you are, if psychologically you are not okay in that environment, you
You suffer
struggle
a
to
lot.
perform.
Yeah,
you
you suffer
understand?
a lot.
And I think they've actually noticed that, right? And guess what they will do to him? He might be coming in maybe
Big
sparingly.
player, until he gets his form
Then
back, yeah.
might not get his form back. He might end up looking so bad that the owners okay want to go after he looks so bad. Where they know he's going to get a lot of suitors. Now, these guys are bad. See, in the basketball, right? You just be sitting down and you be doing some. I mean, Demon DeRozan after doing everything for the Raptors. When they needed to, you know what?
Let
They
him
just,
go.
Just
they
let
just
him
dropped. So see, there's no loyalty in this thing. So don't be too loyal to a fault.
Well, Juventus beat Inter Milan by 4 goals to 3.
Game of the weekend.
Nothing is working for Inter Milan.
Game of
Yeah.
the
Champions
weekend.
League
But
final.
think
game
they
of the weekend.
They are
Nothing.
9 or 10 on the table right now.
Nothing
Just
is
one
working
wants-
for international.
They want just one
They got
suffer.
Manuel Akonji.
I've got to feel for Christian Chiu.
Yeah, I ask him, can feel for him too because he looks like the players are clutching on straws.
No, he came at the wrong time.
Yeah, they have never seen that clutching on
They hit
straws.
their peak.
And they just a nosedive. But it's not that bad. And all is not bad in paradise. I think what I
When
saw
you're 9th after
against-
playing 3 games.
Yeah, 3
What's the
points.
difference between you and Man U?
What's
What's the difference between you and
possible
Man
nine
U?
game. But the fight, a game against Juventus was a fight to the finish. I think you could see that there's still quality in that team. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, what a player, the Turkish international. You have
Hanoglu.
Mkhitaryan as well, fantastic
Thuram,
player.
Dumfries.
Dumfries. They had a go. They
They've got quality, no doubt about it.
For majority of the game, they were the better team. They just lost their this team
by the whisker.
towards the end of the game, and they considered two goals that cost them the game. I thought they were 3-1 up. I thought they every time they had won the game. I thought Thuram had scored, but Thuram had his own.
He told his brother, no, not today.
Same celebration anyway. I don't know how they were thinking. But I know
Then,
they fantastic.
then the proudest moment was you being at that, sitting down, watching
Watching
two of
them,
your
you
kids,
know, watching-
fighting, going at each other, giving their
But
best.
Juventus look like real
You can never be
this
prouder than that.
yeah,
You
Juventus
said-
look like the real deal this season.
Yeah, that's
look
what
like
I'm
they are
saying.
back
Well,
to some
they look like the
of
real debate. Come on, Napoli look flawless. Napoli look
Conte
flawless.
effect. It's not even it's the Conte effect.
No,
They look so flawless.
Beyond Conte effect.
No, they look so flawless. They have
brought
a perfect team.
See, they've brought in Kevin De Bruyne. Now we know that if
What a
De
player,
Bruyne
what a
is
player.
fit. We all said it yesterday,
What a
last season, that there's absolutely no reason why City did not keep him for one
Yeah,
more
we
year.
said.
If De Bruyne is fit, it is absolutely
I
impossible.
want to take the word of
impossible
to not start your
to not start a player like that.
Let me move while you when they were talking, just to take a bit when they were talking to Haaland about the pass that this guy Doku gave him for the second goal. He said about the pass, he calls it the Kevin De Bruyne pass. That tells the whole story.
But since we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, Napoli over the weekend
Yeah.
And
also
that
won
win.
their game against Fiorentina. By
De
3
Bruyne
goals
on
to 1.
target.
Rasmus
Højlund
Højlund on target. Højlund.
Back to back goals
Again,
now.
in your
Manchester
faces.
United.
Back to
Man
back goals
United.
right now.
2
They
goals
look so
in 2
flawless
games.
right now, if you ask me.
No Lukaku, no
Or probably,
problem.
is it about United?
Play
or
3
probably
matches,
Højlund's
consider
level?
just one, score 6 goals. It cannot be better than
tells
that.
if you give him
And you're
service,
the
he will
defending
score.
champions. And
Yeah.
you're not struggling to. I watched their game against Fiorentina. They were the better side.
By far.
They were the
By
better, and they
far.
were away from home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing
And they
at
were the better side by far.
the stadium in
Scott
Forest.
Mantonini is in his element. I mean, he's finally discovered him. So finally, I mean,
That
he's-
guy is a Ballon d'Or faithful.
No,
No, in faith. Well, come on, I'm not going to. But see, that body again, in your faces again. That guy, I don't know how to Man United. Seems every player who leaves the club begins to reinvent himself, become like a real deal. Comatone is the first name in the squad of.
Of course, you can't start.
This
that-
guy
you can't
talks
start
about
the
his
game without him.
Comatone like he's Ronaldinho, like he's Xavi. That's the way Conte speaks about him. The boy works hard. The boy is
It was
humble to
obvious
the
even when he was
fault,
playing for Man U.
and he scores
he was.
important
He was
obvious,
goals.
but I wonder why
think
they feel he's not good
One of the
enough.
problem that
Who was
United
better?
playing
Ask me
too
a
deep
question, right?
defensively.
Yeah.
He should have been playing as
This
an
guy allows
attacking
him to
player,
express
but
himself.
unfortunately, Bruno
Right
was
now,
there.
right now in Man U midfield, who is better than Scott?
No,
Well,
no, not one.
in
Not
terms
Bruno
of
Fernandes.
in terms
No,
of
creativity, yes,
let-
yes,
let-
creativity.
this is it. In terms of form, In terms of form,
But
it is
form.
Scott McTominay. But
Form-
as a
form for how
footballer,
long?
no.
Form for
As
how
a
long?
footballer,
For 2 years. They're going
For
to
2 years
now.
straight.
Like I said,
Consistency.
in terms of form, because if you take Bruno, you don't know if we take him to the same team.
See, no,
He
no,
may do-
we
he may
just
do times
agreed
two.
on something.
No, I'm
You
just
forget
saying.
about the
But as a
DCC.
footballer, come on, we cannot compare
Bruno is more
Bruno.
creative, but Komatone is
We
a new
see
deal.
we see Bruno in his element when he goes to the Portuguese national team.
I like coaches.
At the end of the day, right, we're going to talk about the numbers you put on the field of play.
Exactly.
No,
I
I'm not
like
disputing.
Simple. So
I like-
forget
But
about
even the
finding
numbers,
yourself.
McTominay put in last season,
What's-
Bruno still had better numbers.
Based on
That is-
assist and goal.
It was just
But
the
at
fact
the
that
end of the day,
United were
You can't. How many goals, Bruno?
No, Bruno scored more goals than
No,
this.
I
In
don't
all
know.
competition.
In all competition.
Bruno was
Well,
in all
in all
competition.
competition.
Yeah,
I'm talking about in the league.
But-
I'm talking about the league here. I'm talking about the league
Let me
here.
sincere see.
Let's talk
The
about-
reason why Conte is doing so well because he puts square peg in square holes. The
Simple.
way Napoli plays, it's not as if it's exquisite. Or they play one kind of flamboyant. No. He wants to play a kind of football. He gets players that suit that kind of football, and those
And they
players
play that kind
get
of
him the
football for him.
result.
And
So
once-
they may not be the best of players. Who would have thought believe Gilmore will do well in Napoli? But Gilmore will do his dirty work and pass the ball. Komatone will not create as much like De Bruyne or like Bruno. But when he's in the box, he's little. Absolutely good. The Bruyne will give you that Frank Lampard feeling.
That's gonna be commercial
at his
again.
highest. So
There's
for
gonna be
me, square peg. He lost Lukaku. He got in Hoyland like for like.
Simple.
So just they may not be too enticing to watch. Like maybe when you watch Atalanta play when Lookman is on his element, or when Inter Milan are on their element. But what he does is he's effective and he's efficient.
See, this thing is simple, right? From finishing 10th 3 seasons ago to finishing first last season
Yeah.
to still topping the league right now.
Right now.
What else are we talking about?
The story is the
Consistency.
Conte effect.
Conte
The
effect.
Conte
Conte-
effect.
what we saw him in Chelsea, it wasn't this exquisite.
First season, first title.
Yes, second
square
season,
peg, square
struggle.
Try to sell again. When you get to see,
No, I think the second season was that issue between him and Diego
yes,
Costa.
you understand.
Didn't have his striker
It's not
the
broken,
following
don't fix
season,
it.
And then
It's not
he
broken, don't
struggled
fix
started.
it,
But
yeah.
If not broken,
if you look at
don't
Conte,
fix it.
over the years, when especially in the
Inconsistent,
Serie
yeah.
A, is the one manager that's
I think
consistent.
he moved from Inter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys,
Won the
lastly,
Scudetto with Inter,
Inter Milan.
before. Yeah.
Last-
lastly,
Won it so many times.
AC Milan, guys. AC Milan, 1-0 win over
Luka.
over was it
40
Bologna?
years.
Bologna. One of
AC,
it.
and then it was Luka Modric.
He rolled back the years.
Come on,
This
Luka,
40 years, right?
Luka
He
Modric.
just to give us the reason why this guy stayed so long at Real Madrid became a furniture. That's why.
Still-
The quality.
You know, when I look at Luka Modric, I feel sad that Toni Kroos called it quits. You know,
Yeah, he could have played longer.
he should have played longer. Now,
But Kroos still
Luka-
had the what it takes
he
to
still
play.
had it. Modric giving all. Even as much as I expect AC Milan to struggle.
Our ambitions vary.
But
in
what-
life,
yeah,
our
yeah,
choices.
of course.
Modric
Simple,
said he
so-
loved his child. Kroos said he wanted to stay with his child. He loved his girl child. Power to the girl child. I understand where it's coming from. But
But AC Milan,
football-wise,
this season,
man.
anything surprising for them?
I'm not expecting anything.
Nah,
So
nah,
I saw
nah,
tomorrow
nah.
struggle.
But they've got
yesterday.
Nkunku.
They struggle
Nah.
so much.
They flash here
They
and
struggle
there.
so much.
They
They
flash
got
here and
Nkunku,
there.
they got Tomori,
Rafael
Rafael and the rest of them. But I saw
they
the
got
struggle yesterday.
Christian
That goal was.
Pulisic, Captain
I
America.
mean, they were at home yesterday against
yeah,
Bologna,
and
Yeah,
they struggle.
1-0.
and they struggle.
They have to
So
wait for that magic from
that tells you the story. You don't need anything else.
They'll play Champions football next season, but that's the best they can get.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, I want us to talk about the Bundesliga quickly, but one man, Ciro Guirassy, fantastic start to the season.
Yeah, yes.
I'm bringing this in
That's
because
again.
I'm bringing this in because
I told you we were going to talk about him. I told you we
the
were going to
African
follow him
Footballer
again.
of the Year award. Guirassy is a factor.
It's a factor.
No, now you agreed.
No, I am beginning to agree.
Boy, oh boy, Guirassy is good.
I am beginning to agree. To be honest, I'm beginning to
I
agree.
wonder why
I think-
throughout the offseason, no team. Baba, instead of going for Sesko, I would have gone for Guirassy.
I agree with you.
Instead of even going for your courage,
He's
I
got
would
5
have gone
goals
for.
already this season.
Instead of going for your courage,
He's among the top scorers in the European body
Yes.
shoot right now. 5 goals
instead of going
already.
for your courage, I think Guirassy is a good substitute or is a better option.
What a player he is. Come on. He's
Amazing.
tall, he's powerful, he's good in the air, he can hit the
Amazing.
ball, he's skillful as well.
He scored. That's the
I
most
think
important thing. He scored.
his only
See,
crime is that he's from Guinea.
he scored. That's the most important thing. He
That's the
scored.
only
Just
crime,
like
yeah.
look, when we talk about Haaland, we only talk about one thing. He scored. The same thing with Guirassy. He scored. Took Stuttgart in one to Champions League. Took these guys who look like they're not going to win Champions League.
Took them back.
Yeah.
That's in Dortmund.
Got a
Took
good
them back
final.
to Champions League and look at where he is right now. So if I hear say when I not talk about him for the
What a
I
player.
say, look, he's competing right now. The difference between him and Hakimi is the laurels.
Yeah, that's different.
That's what's different.
Well, fantastic.
And there's a new
He
sheriff in
scored a
town.
goal.
Well, Werder Bremen, Victor Boniface.
Well, good
the
one
coach
for
is
Boniface.
praising him.
And
Yeah.
assist.
And assist.
The coach is
He
killing
said
his
on
name.
serious students, don't give assist.
Don't give assist.
The coach was a high praise of him.
I
So the
think
guy is-
I'm happy for
the
him.
coach is so- I think he has gone to where he's loved. That's the other thing.
no,
Where he's
No,
loved.
I think
Yeah.
it was a smart move, right? That team was disbanded. If he had remained in Leverkusen, probably he would have been a shadow of himself.
Yeah.
So that he moved a smart move because almost everybody has left. Even the person that looks like, look, I love this thing so much. Talking about their
captain.
No, not
Has
Zaka.
Zaka
Zaka was playing as if he had
Zaka has
been there for
left.
the longest time.
Nkapia has left.
Nkapia has left.
Jerome
The coach
Frimpong
himself has left.
The
Vlahovic
goalkeeper
has left. Hadreski had left. So it was more like a mishmash. But to go to a club and get this kind of impact, you can see the players all around him. Like you came at the right time to save us. I hope this form continues.
And he came as a substitute in that game.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Victor Boniface. Congratulations to Gurasi. Congratulations also to Agu. Felix Agu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Felix Agu.
Werder
Also
Bremen.
playing for Werder Bremen,
Yeah.
2 Nigerian players in that one. I think for me, one thing we definitely know is that when it comes to Victor Boniface, the talent is there.
It's natural.
He knows how to do this thing, but that's why sometimes when I look at the whole criticism of social media
There's life after
and all of
football.
that,
Yeah.
come on. I saw an article. I saw an article or a video rather that Michael Owen was trying to playing football. He was a bad boy. Always having issues. And Guy never made mention of something that for footballers, football is about 20 years.
Yeah.
But if you stay 70 years, what happens your next 40 years while you're alive?
That's it.
What happens to you?
Ademola
So
said it too.
if you don't live that life that you'll be able to live beyond football, what happens? And I think that's what Boniface is doing. He's got his own life.
Yeah.
If football ends today,
Every-
he goes on with his
every
normal
athlete,
life.
every athlete.
With his normal life, and then
Every
continue
athlete.
to move. And but on the light note, guys, as we wrap up the show, is outside football. Toby Amuson. One way for the AFN. Your man, Shehu Diko is not doing the right thing. Your man,
No be my man.
is not doing the right thing.
No be my
That's
man.
it.
No,
And for
these are the things we're talking about. These are the things I'm talking about. I remember.
No.
See, Asanish Abdul was like, no.
it's-
He has done this.
Afghanistan,
He's
don't
he's
speak
that.
now.
He's.
I just mentioned. No,
They mentioned.
speak.
We've been on a downward
Off your mic.
spiral
Off
since
your
he
mic.
took over.
Off your mic.
Please, off the mic.
Off your
Off the
mic.
mic.
Yeah.
But guys, good weekend in the Italian Serie A, in the Spanish La Liga. Congratulations to Nigerian players who also had the back, who also put the ball in the back of the net. Special mention also Kelechi and Acho scoring for Celtic.
90 plus 6 minutes.
Penalty.
In the penalties they got.
It's a goal.
In the Scottish League, and all Nigerian players who have done so well for themselves this past weekend. And for those who couldn't play because of the Super Eagles, special mention also Olaina, Victor Osimhen, injury in the
But look,
national team.
I think
Osimhen should be back for
yeah,
Galatasaray in the
back for
Champions
investigation
League.
shows.
Hopefully, it will be back for them in the Champions League. But in the La Liga and the Serie A, it is Madrid who continue to lead in the La Liga, and of course Bayern Munich. So I beg your pardon, Napoli who continue to lead in the Serie A, and Bayern in the German Bundesliga. Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios.